Hello guys, today I will tell you what is the difference between the new British strain of coronavirus against COVID-19. Is the new virus so dangerous or is it all fiction? How to deal with it and how to treat it, today you will learn about it. Let's start with the new British strain of the coronavirus. Scientists have named the new COVID-19 strain VUI200 2012-01. Compared to its predecessor, it is much more contagious. Children and adolescents are now at risk. Various theories have been put forward regarding the origin of this virus. Some are seriously convinced that it is a type of bacteriological weapon. The new SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus strain is a new variant of the virus that consists of many changes in the genetic line. There are especially many changes in the gene that encodes the spike protein. It is with its help that the virus enters the cell. Major mutations: P681H, deletion, removal, N501Y. In total, 14 mutations were found that change the protein sequence. They also found 3 deletions and 6 more silent mutations. In total, the new strain has more than 20 differences. According to some doctors and scientists, this is enough to influence the effectiveness of vaccines. How is coronavirus transmitted? The spread of coronavirus has become unprecedented due to the simple method of transmission between carriers, airborne droplets from person to person. The infection is easily transmitted at a distance of up to 2 meters, even in open spaces. It is known about the contact method of transmission through handshakes, and also that the virus can survive for several hours on most surfaces. Despite the fact that animals can be carriers, there is no reliably confirmed and recorded information about the transmission of the virus to humans from domestic cats or dogs. Why is it dangerous? What is known about the new strain of coronavirus? Almost nothing. There is a hint that the new strain infects children very quickly. There is no causal relationship, but this fact is displayed in statistics. There is currently no information on how the new strain affects mortality. Some experts believe that the new form of coronavirus infection is no more dangerous than the previous one. Unless it spreads faster, if the carrier of the old COVID can infect up to 1.5 people, the carrier of the new strain endangers 2.5 people. Why is COVID-19 dangerous? COVID belongs to the RNA virus family, which includes 39 different coronaviruses. Infection can be defined as an acute viral disease that affects the gastrointestinal tract and respiratory system. COVID-19 is not resistant to the external environment. At the same time, the susceptibility of people to infection is very high. Symptoms of a new strain of coronavirus. How does a new strain appear? On October 10, 2020, British scientists reported 3 new coronavirus symptoms that patients had not previously noticed: muscle pain, increased fatigue and blisters on the legs. Also, doctors in Britain noticed that many patients complain of hearing impairment. At the same time, the main symptoms are still considered to be an increased body temperature, loss of smell and dry cough. The disease begins suddenly, in the midst of complete health. An hour ago a person felt great, but after a short time one of the first symptoms appears. Severe weakness, headache, temperature rise. The increase in temperature can be both significant, up to 39 degrees, and subfebrile, 37 to 37. 2. A person complains of body aches, not only muscles but also bones hurt. He wants to lie down, the desire to contact others disappears. Weakness does not go away, but is present all the time, and intensifies. Coronavirus symptoms: dry, strong cough, high temperature, muscle pain, pain when sneezing and swallowing, hypoxia, oxygen starvation. The first signs of COVID may be accompanied by nasopharyngeal tickling. Then dry coughing appears. There is no sharp pain in the throat. A slight tickling in the nasopharynx is complicated by the appearance of a cough. Signs of respiratory damage do not always appear. The virus lands where the weakest spots are. In some patients, the disease is manifested by colitis, enteritis. For some, the stomach begins to ache sharply, diarrhea appears, which a person cannot cope with. The most contagious period is the time when a person is a carrier of infection. This is the period before the first symptoms appear in the first days of the disease. 83% of children have mucocutaneous changes. Their eyes turn red and swell. This symptom is somewhat reminiscent of Quincke's edema, an acute allergic reaction. Other signs of a new strain of coronavirus in children. In rare cases, the virus provokes the emergence of a multisystem inflammatory syndrome in the child's body. In this case, the inflammatory process is localized in the blood vessels, lungs and heart. Other organs may be affected. AIM in children manifests itself gradually. The temperature persists for several days, sometimes weeks. Then, specific itchy rashes appear on the child's body. Then severe shortness of breath appears. In recent days, TSS toxic shock syndrome has been detected in children. It is provoked by Streptococcus and Staphylococcus. This affects the lungs, bone marrow, kidneys, liver and other important organs. In some cases, TSS causes myocarditis, a severe form of heart inflammation. In the end, should you be afraid of a new strain of coronavirus? Most likely, these mutations do not particularly affect the basic properties of the virus, that is, the ability to detect a disease, its relationship to receptors and the ability to be transmitted. The danger of the new virus is somewhat exaggerated, the experts explained. Thus, we can conclude that one should not be very afraid of a new mutation, and even more so, one should not succumb to panic. Thank you all for watching. Tell your friends about this video so that they too will be aware of what is happening. Click on the like if you like the video and leave comments.